are going to read the chapter National Level India. As you know, I am asking some question. When did Mahatma Gandhi come back from South Africa? Answer. You know? 18 is correct. Something more? 1850. No. When did he come back from South Africa? I am asking. 1915. No. 1918.
January. 15 January.
What did you say? 1915 you said. Okay, when did he go South Africa? How many years he spent there? 22 years? Okay, so he went South Africa over 1893. Okay, he went to solve a dispute between a merchant and another merchant of South Africa. He was not making any payment. So he went South Africa to solve the dispute, but he spent there 22 years. Because when he was traveling by train, he had been thrown out by the poor people because he was black. Okay. So just for justice, he spent there lot of time, and he learned from their mass agitation. And you can see Satyagraha. So after coming back, he didn't take any back. Next year, he went. Where did he go next year? Champaran. For what he went there? Go there.
Satyagraha for indigo.
Actually, farmers of the Champaran didn't want to grow indigo crops. Why? Indigo is making the land unfertile land. So he protected them. He led the movement and got success. Next year, where did he go? Kheda, 1970. He protested with the farmers, and what did the farmers want? Kheda's farmer? No, they didn't want to give revenue this year. Why? Because of some the climatic condition, and they were unable to grow more crops. So they want some relaxation. Okay, so we'll look now.
On his return from South Africa, Mahatma Gandhi organized several Satyagraha movements from 1916 to 1918 all across India. In this period, the Indians actively supported the British in the First World War with the hope to bargain self-governance for India. But all their hopes were dashed after the British government passed the Rowlatt Act in 1919.
When did British government pass Rowlatt Act? 1919. And when did Mahatma Gandhi start Rowlatt Satyagraha?
1916.
6 April 19. Okay, what was the Rowlatt Act? British government had given enormous power to police. After getting this power, police can detain to any person or any political leader without any trial. This act is known as Rowlatt Act. So, look now.
The act allowed the government to adopt repressive measures against the Indians, imprison them without trial for 2 years, and search any place without warrant. Angered, Gandhi called for an all-India strike on the 6th of April, asking people to non-violently defy this unfair law. This was known as the Rowlatt Satyagraha. But the movement took a grotesque turn on 13th April 1919.
Where did Jallianwala Bagh massacre occur? 13 April 1919. Where is Jallianwala Bagh? Now, tell me where is Amritsar? Where is Amritsar? Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, and what about Chauri Chaura?
Sir, in Gorakhpur. Yeah, in Uttar Pradesh.
This you are saying?
Yes, sir.
And which famous place?
Champaran.
Champaran. Okay. And what about this place?
Khera.
And this?
Dandi.
Good.
During a peaceful public meeting at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar, General Dyer ordered his troops to open fire on thousands of innocent, unarmed people. In the shooting that followed,
Who ordered for open fire? Can you tell me date of the massacre? Okay, why did people gather there? Festival and one more thing, to protest the royal. But they didn't know the martial law had been imposed by the British government. What is martial law? Army can shoot.
Army gathering cannot take place.
No, army shoot inside. Army can.
nearly 400 men, women, and innocent children were killed and over thousands injured. This caused widespread discontent among Indians who took to the streets in large numbers in retaliation. The government once again responded brutally. Gandhi now felt the need to launch a more broad-based movement. So, he decided to support the Khilafat movement with the aim to bring to the
Khilafat movement started by the lead by the brothers. Can you tell me name? From
Bombay.
Mumbai, Bombay, we can say the full name of Mumbai. Okay, why did they protest? Because Khalifa Turkey had been purchased by a treaty, so just because of the Muslim Brotherhood, they were supporting to Mahatma Gandhi. Now Mahatma Gandhi thought there is a good opportunity to bring Hindu and Muslim under a umbrella. So Mahatma Gandhi started non-cooperation movement, and Muslim community also started Khilafat movement. According to Khilafat movement, now what people have to do? Boycott the British goods. Okay, leave the government jobs, leave the government school, like a non-cooperation movement. So both movement had been merged now. 1921.
together the Hindus and Muslims. After the First World War, a harsh peace treaty was to be imposed on the Ottoman Turks. One aspect was to reduce the territory and carve out a new state called Turkey. The other was one that would impact the position of the spiritual head of the Islamic world, the Khalifa. To prevent such a thing from happening, the Muslims in India formed a Khilafat committee in Bombay in 1919. The Khilafat movement, led by the Ali brother,
Look, Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali, they formed Khilafat committee in India 1919.
was essentially a Muslim religious movement. It later turned into a national movement when Gandhi joined in to support a unified action against the British. In 1920, Gandhi got the Congress sanction to launch the non-cooperation movement, which meant that Indians would not cooperate with the British. The movement involved the boycott of foreign goods and government institutions, surrendering of all government positions, elected offices and titles, and
Yes, can we what did Rabindranath Tagore do here?
Title.
Surrender a title of knighthood and serve. We Indian people were not accepting any reward given by the British government.
And adopting Swadeshi. Almost every corner of the
Everyone have adopted now Swadeshi, like handicraft. But after 6 months, we failed. Why? Because of the handmade goods price was very high compared to the machine-made goods. So again, the people, Indian people again started. They came back in the job. Students also started schools because we were not having such a facilities. So after some time, we failed here.
The country actively took part in this movement, be it the town folks, peasants, tribals, or even plantation workers. The enthusiasm of the masses was so high that it started taking a violent shape when an angry mob torched a police station at Chauri Chaura. As a result,
Can you tell me about this incident now? Chauri Chaura. February 1922. Chauri Chaura is located in Gorakhpur. Okay. Yogi Adityanath was a member of parliament from there, as earlier we have discussed many times. Okay, so Gorakhpur location you should know. Published line. Nothing. Where is your here? Here? Chauri Chaura. What had happened there? The village there in Chauri Chaura, people just gathered there and burned a police station along with the 22 policemen. They thought Gandhi age had come, now we will not live under the British government. So just they burned policemen. Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi called up the non-cooperation movement. Where did he, for what Mahatma Gandhi decided to call up the non-cooperation movement? After this incident, Mahatma Gandhi thought we are not fully prepared for the movement. We need more training. Okay, so he called off non-cooperation movement. Anyways, why did Mahatma Gandhi call off non-cooperation movement?
Because of the Chauri Chaura.
Because of the Chauri Chaura incident.
Gandhi was forced to call off the movement. Though the movement was short-lived, it was successful in several ways. It awakened the people, spread the surge of nationalism, and, most of all, united the people in the cause of the national struggle. Thus, Gandhi's method of mass agitation had emerged as a successful tool.
But we learned here something how to unite people. and he formed the Awadh Kisan Mahasabha. And what was the person there who was saying that he was the incarnation of the God? He was famous for the Gorilla War. Okay. He was saying no bullet can shoot him. Okay. So, but 19. When did he die?
1924.
24. Huh? Look, in 1924 he died. Gandhi was captured and executed in 1924. But he was saying that he was the incarnation of the God. Look, Arjun claimed that he had a variety of special power. He could make correct astrological, means he can change the destiny of the people. So all people were joining him. What do you think? Mahatma Gandhi was supporting him or not? Okay, because the main people was non-violence, and he took the organization. The Godem Hill. Okay, now Ayushman, where is Godem Hill?
In Andhra Pradesh.
Here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Godem Hill. This question. Godem Hill. Okay, what did we look now? This. What was here?
Amritsar.
Amritsar. And here? Here?
Champaran.
Champaran. Here? Here. This one, no? And Ahmedabad. This is large capital of the Gujarat actually. And Godem Hill. We have seen this point. And any question about Rowlatt Act? Look, he came back in 1950, 1960 Champaran. Reason, you know, protest. What was the reason behind the Champaran movement?
Indigo plant.
Okay, farmers of the Champaran didn't want to go indigo crops because it was making the land. Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi came to know this thing and he reached there directly without any rest. We can say 1915 he came back and 16 he went Champaran. Okay, what did we look now? Look, 15 came back, 16 Champaran, 17 Kheda, 18 Ahmedabad Mazdoor Mill. What was the movement now? Laborers of the factory were unable to do so long work because they had to do 12 to 15 hour work and they were getting very low salary. So just Mahatma Gandhi supported them and they got success there too. What was the meaning of freedom for plantation worker? They wanted to go home. No, they don't want to throw outside to Britishers. No? Okay. Did they get success here? So they were beaten up. They believed that Gandhi Raj was coming and everyone would be given land in their own place. So they started moving from there. But they never reached their destination. Huh? On the way by the railway and steamer strike, they were caught by the police and totally beaten up and thrown there. This photo is related to what is it?
Sorry, sir.
Chori Chora incident. Look, in February 1922, Mahatma Gandhi decided to withdraw the non-cooperation movement. He felt the movement was turning violent. Let's check this. I did check with power or not. Power. Answer now. Yes. Option number?
C.
Okay. Correct. Read this now. Mahatma Gandhi related to
Option B.
option B. This
Yes, sir.
okay. Do you see this? Okay. See there.
That's the question.
When did Simon Commission come India?
29.
19?
29.
No. When did Salt Satyagraha started? When did it start? 19? Okay. Can you tell me the place name from where Mahatma Gandhi started?
Sabarkantha.
Where did he reach? Okay. Where did he start?
12 March.
12 March 1938. When did he reach?
6
April. Correct. So, a question is asked, describe something about the civil disobedience movement. So, you can write along with the short march. This was the first civil disobedience movement. Look now.
The late 1920s saw the world engulfed in economic depression that had an impact worldwide. Among other things, agricultural prices collapsed, demand for goods declined, and peasants in countries like India were in turmoil. Politically too, India was witnessing several changes. Young leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose were pressing for total independence from the British rule. At this point of time, the British set up a statutory commission under Sir John Simon to look into the demands of the Indian nationalists. Ironically, the commission did not have a single Indian member. The Indians disapproved this all-British commission. In protest, they greeted the members of the Simon Commission with the slogan, "Simon, go back," and
What was the slogan given by the Indian people to welcome the Simon? Simon, go back. Year had been told, no? 47?
black flags. Further, the Indians rejected the recommendations given by the Commission.
Why were the Indian people didn't like the Simon?
Because all of them were
All members from
from British.
They appointed a new drafting committee which consisted of members of all parties under Motilal Nehru to frame India's constitution. The committee demanded dominion status for India at the earliest. However, the British government refused to accord any form of self-governance to India. The discontented leaders of the Congress now set the goal of Purna Swaraj, or complete independence for India.
where it has been decided about the Swaraj.
Sir, Lahore.
Lahore. Here? Year
26 January 1930.
1930. Okay, actually, Jawaharlal Nehru declared independent India on the 26 January 1930. So we are celebrating Republic Day because of memory of the that day. But in 1929, it has been decided that we will get independent in next year. Like Lahore session, 4 questions are asked about the Congress session. Lahore and both September and December. Kolkata and Nagpur.
Gandhi sent a letter to the then Viceroy, Lord Irwin.
The 11th demand letter had been given to whom? Lord Irwin. Did he accept the demand? No. He refused all demands.
Stating 11 demands. The most important demand was to abolish the salt tax.
What was the most important demand asked by the Mahatma Gandhi? Because salt is a very essential part of food, as we know.
Taxes as it affected the poor. The letter also specified that non-fulfillment of the demands by March 11, 1930 would lead to the launch of the civil disobedience movement. Since Irwin was not ready to negotiate, Gandhi started his protest from his ashram in Sabarmati to the Gujarat coastal town of Dandi. He was accompanied by his trusted volunteers who walked for 24 days to cover the distance of 240 miles to Dandi.
From this area, how many days Mahatma Gandhi take to reach Dadi? 24 days. Acha, tell me, when did Mahatma Gandhi start the journey? Date. Okay, tell me date. When did he start? Remember this important date. When did he reach? Till somewhere. 24 days.
Dandi. On 6th April, Gandhi defied the British salt law by making salt on the shores of Dandi. This marked the beginning of the civil disobedience movement. The civil disobedience movement soon gathered momentum. People from all sections of society joined in. Shops selling foreign liquor were picketed, foreign cloth and goods were
Okay, let me conclude now. Okay, tell me here only, huh? When did Mahatma Gandhi came back? 1950. Okay, Champaran movement. Kheda. Ahmedabad Mazdoor Mill. Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Rowlatt Act. Khilafat movement. Both 3 months it took, na? Okay, so. And Chori Chora incident. Cyber Commission.
27.
1927, na? Okay, and Salt March,
1930.
Lahore session, Lahore session 1929. Okay, and September Lahore session 1922. Where? September Kolkata, and December Nagpur.
Boycotted. People refused to pay taxes and defied forest laws. Even women.
And actually, in both movements, people have to leave government job, boycott the foreign goods. But there was a difference in this non-cooperation movement and the civil disobedience movement. Here, people were not following any rules and regulations made by the British government. In non-cooperation only, they have to boycott only. Here, they stopped paying the salt tax. Mahatma Gandhi started making salt, so people started breaking the law.
Joined hands against the British in this movement. Thus, this movement differed from the non-cooperation movement, as people not only refused to cooperate, but also openly violated laws, refused to pay taxes and
Openly violated the law.
land revenue. To crush the movement, British government reacted with brutal repression. Congress was declared illegal and national leaders such as Abdul Ghaffar Khan and Gandhi were arrested. The angry crowds demonstrated in the streets and held protest meetings. In response, the British attacked peaceful satyagrahis, women and children, and arrested about 1 lakh people. Disturbed with the widespread brutal repression, Gandhi decided to call off the movement. He entered into a pact with the then Viceroy Lord Irwin, by which he agreed to participate in the Second Round Table Conference.
Round Table Conference year 1930, 31, 32. All held in London, not in India.
In return, the British government agreed to release the political prisoners. Sadly, the talks at the Second Round Table Conference broke down and Mahatma Gandhi returned back disappointed. In India, the British were back to their repression policy. This sowed the seeds of the renewal of the civil disobedience movement. However, the renewed movement soon ceased completely. Think about this and discuss.
Any question from your side? All clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so thank you.
Thank you, sir.